A teenager in Wisconsin is accused of using a popular social networking website for an elaborate sex scam. CBS News correspondent Michelle Miller has the story.
Anthony Stansel has been called a predator, an 18-year-old Wisconsin high school senior who allegedly hunted his classmates like prey using Facebook.
This is the most horrific complaint the court has ever reviewed.
Authorities have charged him with 12 felonies, including sexual assault and possession of child pornography, after a tip to police.
They received a complaint from a juvenile male who described a complex and malicious series of manipulations.
Police say Stansel set up profiles of 3 female students at Eisenhower High School, posing as the girls. He allegedly sent explicit emails to at least 31 boys.
He eventually would coax them to provide him with nude photographs of themselves in exchange for what they thought was nude photographs of the girl they were talking to.
More than 300 nude photos of Stansel's alleged male victims were found on his computer. Authorities say he used them to blackmail his victims into having sex, often on school property.
From what I've heard, there's some people I know who've gotten, were victims of that and stuff, but I think it's just wrong.
In a statement, Facebook says it seeks to provide a safe and trusted environment. And while their hearts go out to the victims, impersonation schemes affect fewer than 1% of its 150 million users. Police worry there could be even more victims.
Please do not suffer in silence. You are not alone.
Michelle Miller, CBS News, New York.
Joining us now to talk more about this, CBS News legal analyst Lisa Bloom. Good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
This is disturbing on so many levels. First of all, the allegation, if true, that this boy could be capable of such sick manipulation.
Well, it's really diabolical. He had an elaborate scheme where he posed as Kayla or Emily, had a flirtatious encounter with different boys on Facebook, got them to send nude pictures, and then blackmailed them into an increasing series of lewd acts. I mean, it is really shocking. He's facing up to 300 years behind bars if all of this is proven.
What is his defense?
Well, there's only 2 defenses in sexual assault cases of any kind. I didn't do it, or they consented. Now, there are photographs of a lot of these lewd acts, so I think consent is going to be his only defense.
But do you look at why they consented? The fact that they were so mortified that these pictures would get out, or that people would find out that they sent nude pictures of themselves to another boy, that they would rather have sex with him than face that. They were manipulated.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's the essence of the extortion charges, that they were not doing it voluntarily, even though there are photos of them, and that the earlier photos were used to blackmail them into the later acts, which were also photographed. So clearly that's extortion under the law. Very serious felony in Wisconsin.
What about Facebook? Are they liable in any way here, in your view?
I don't think they are, because this could have happened another way. It could have been an instant message. It could have been an email. It just happened to be on Facebook. Facebook was clearly not aware of what was going on. They didn't promulgate it or foster it in any way. So I don't see them being liable.
But the fact that it did happen on Facebook, I think, is a good lesson for parents. What's the lesson?
Absolutely. I've got 2 teenagers. First of all, tell your teenagers this story. Educate them as to what the risks are. Let them know you should never be sending out naked pictures of yourself to anyone in any form. Look, it's called Facebook. That's the only part of you that should be exposed on the site is your face. You're really risking a lot of potential damage to yourself if you let naked pictures of yourself get out there. You should never do it, really, at any age.
And I was reading that something like 80% of the kids on Facebook use, exchange naked pictures.
Yeah,
That's
well,
crazy.
I mean, this is the modern version of, I'll show you mine, you show me yours. But unfortunately, when it's done in a photograph, it's permanent, and that's what kids need to understand.
I think it's also disturbing the number of cases of manipulation through Facebook and these kinds of websites that we're seeing. Remember that woman who posed as a teenager. And
right, the MySpace suicide case. Absolutely. It's very scary. You never know who you're dealing with online. Don't fall for a Kayla and Emily. You have to know your friends in person. An online friendship is just not the same.
At what point do these websites become liable, or are there sanctions against these websites? Do you see that ever happening?
Right. There's a movement afoot on Facebook and MySpace by some users. I'm very active on Facebook myself, and I've seen it, to keep sexual predators off of the sites. If someone is a known predator, if they're registered as a sex offender, some people want them to be kept off the sites entirely. That wouldn't have helped here because it was an 18-year-old boy who had no prior record.
Right. All right, Lisa, thank you very much.
Thanks.